Have you ever noticed how some women seem to carry peace with them? Their lives aren't perfect. They have responsibilities, unanswered prayers, difficult relationships, and problems just like you. But somehow, they don't carry everything on their shoulders. And maybe you've been tired in a way that sleep can't fix. Your mind is always running. You're thinking about tomorrow while still replaying yesterday. You're worrying about conversations, relationships, money, your family, and your future. And sometimes you're carrying problems that haven't even happened yet. If you're a woman trying to build a calmer, more peaceful life with God, like this video and subscribe. Stay with me, because this is a space where we talk about faith, emotional wisdom, relationships, and becoming the woman God is shaping you to be. Now, let's talk about what it really means to become a relaxed woman. Because becoming relaxed isn't about having fewer problems. It's about learning what you should carry and what you need to give to God. A relaxed woman still has goals. She still works. She still has bills, responsibilities, dreams, and unanswered questions. But she's learned something important. Not everything is her responsibility. You are responsible for doing your part, praying, preparing, showing up, being faithful. But the outcome, that's God's part. And sometimes we're exhausted because we're trying to do God's job too. We're trying to control people, control timing, control outcomes, control what happens next. And God is saying, my daughter, you don't have to carry all of that. Psalm 46:10 says, be still and know that I am God. Notice what he says, be still. Sometimes stillness is an act of faith. First, start your day with God instead of your worries. Before you check your phone, check your heart. Before you listen to everyone's problems, spend a few quiet moments with God. Pray, read scripture, give thanks, be still. Because whatever gets your attention first can easily shape the atmosphere of your entire day. A peaceful woman doesn't begin her morning feeding her anxiety. She begins by feeding her faith. Second, stop worrying about problems that haven't happened yet. Think about how many things you've worried about that never actually happened. How many nights have you lost sleep over something that eventually worked itself out? Jesus said in Matthew 6:34, do not worry about tomorrow. You have enough grace for today. So live today. Handle what's in front of you. Let tomorrow arrive when it gets here. Third, understand that everything doesn't deserve your reaction. Every comment doesn't need an answer. Every misunderstanding doesn't need an explanation. Every criticism doesn't need your attention. And every argument doesn't deserve your peace. A mature woman learns to ask herself, does this deserve my energy? Does this deserve my attention? Does this deserve my peace? And sometimes the answer is simply no. You don't have to attend every argument you're invited to. You can walk away. You can remain silent. You can let God handle what you cannot. And if you're finding yourself in this message, don't leave yet, because this next part may be the one you need most. Finally, learn to trust God's timing. This is difficult for many of us. We want answers. We want certainty. We want to know when the relationship will change, when the opportunity will come, and when the prayer will finally be answered. But sometimes God doesn't show us the whole picture. He simply asks us to trust Him with the next step. Think about Ruth. She didn't know how her story would end. She simply remained faithful with what was in front of her. And God opened doors she could never have forced open herself. That's the kind of woman I want us to become. Not a woman who has everything figured out, but a woman who knows who holds her future. A woman who can say, I don't understand everything, but I trust God. I don't know when it will happen, but I trust His timing. I can't control this, so I'm going to stop exhausting myself trying. And something beautiful happens when you start living that way. Your shoulders become lighter. Your decisions become clearer. You stop chasing what needs to be forced. You stop explaining yourself to everyone. You stop carrying tomorrow before tomorrow arrives. And you begin to breathe again. Being a relaxed woman doesn't mean you're lazy. It doesn't mean you don't care. It means you've learned the difference between responsibility and control. You carry what God has asked you to carry, and you give Him the rest. So today, I want you to release something. Maybe it's a relationship. Maybe it's a fear. Maybe it's a timeline. Maybe it's something you've been desperately trying to control. Place it in God's hands. Take a deep breath and remind yourself, I don't have to figure everything out today. God is already there. Because a relaxed woman isn't a woman without problems. She's a woman who knows where to take her problems. And that kind of peace changes everything. If this message spoke to your heart, subscribe and stay connected with us. And tell me in the comments, what is one thing you're learning to trust God with? Take a breath, my sister. Be still and trust Him.